When you think of Korean soul food, the first thing that comes to mind is probably kimchi. But there's another, more essential component of Korean cuisine that is often overlooked: rice. Rice is so ubiquitous, so foundational to the Korean diet that it has even shaped casual conversation and culture. Rice, which means pop in Korean, stands in for meal when we greet each other with "Did you eat rice?" or "Let's go grab some rice next time." Today, in celebration of Jeongwol Daeboreum, we will go over all the ins and outs of Ogok-bap, or 5-grain rice, a traditional, heartier variation of Korean rice. Koreans like to add other grains and nuts too, but for today, we're going to cook with the basic 5 Ogok-bap ingredients. That's sweet rice, red beans, black beans, sorghum rice, and glutinous millet. First, there's sweet rice. It's best to use grains of rice that are evenly white, clean, grainless, and not broken. It contains more gluten than regular rice too. Second, red beans. Also known as the grain that expels bad ghosts in Korean culture. It's good to choose red beans that are large and vividly dark in red color with a clear white band in the middle of each grain. Third, black beans. The best black beans have beautifully dark and shiny outer skins. In Korea, it is widely known as the bean that prevents hair loss. Fourth, glutinous millets. It is the most basic grain of the 5-grain rice and at first glance resembles caviar because of its size and color when fully cooked. Fifth, sorghum rice. The small grains that are just slightly larger than the millets are known in Korea as the grains that relieve inflammation. For best results, be sure that the rice grains are even, round, and full. Add the washed red beans into a pot with 300 grams of water and bring to a boil for 5 minutes. When the water turns red, discard that water and add 500 grams of clean water back into the pot. After cooking thoroughly for 25 minutes, the beans will plump up very nicely. By the way, in Korea, they say when you boil red beans, the first pot of water can actually lead to a stomachache, so make sure to throw it out. After cooking, you want to separate the beans and water and set both of them aside. Add black beans and 500 grams of water into a clean pot and boil for 25 minutes. Keep stirring to prevent the beans from sticking to the bottom. Unlike the red beans, there is no need to discard the first batch of black bean water. Some Koreans even drink this black bean water for their health. Like what we did for the red beans, you want to separate the black beans from the water. Then add the black bean water into the red bean water and add salt. Mix well to dissolve and set aside. Grab your steamer and place a steamer sheet or a cheesecloth on top. Add the sweet rice first and spread evenly with a spatula. Then layer it up and add the black beans, red beans, sorghum rice, and glutinous millets. Pour half of the bean water mixture over the grains, followed by 2 to 3 cups of water. Close the lid over the pot and cook for 15 minutes. Then give the rice a good thorough mix and pour the rest of that bean water mixture in. Close the lid and cook for an additional 15 minutes. While cooking, constantly check the water under the steamer to avoid burning the pot. When finished, turn off the heat and wait for 10 minutes before opening. I know, it'll be hard. Mix the rice again and it's done. Try this rice with your favorite namu or banchans. It's very nutritious and tasty at the same time. We love pairing this with 콩나물 무침 and samsek namuls. We love the ensemble of the crispiness from the bean sprouts and the softness from the ogok-bap. Happy Daeboreum!